I want to bring in on this broadcast Syed Abdahu Kashaf, who is an influencer and was part of the protests that took place in Hyderabad earlier today. Syed Abdahu Kashaf, thank you for joining us here on India Today. I've been seeing some of the videos that you put out on social media. Do you think it's okay, Syed, as condemnable as what Raja Singh said is it okay to raise slogans like Sartan se Juda, beheading threats?
Madam, when we talk about Shariat, then in Shariat laws, for the person who use such language from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the only thing what can be done with him is tan se juda. Like that is the only punishment he can get.
No, are you?
That is
No, you can't.
juda.
Are you
And
propagating violence? There's a law of land here, Kashaf.
no, I'm not.
There's a law of
I'm
land
not.
here. We follow a law, which is arrest him, book him under certain sections. So if
I
you
know.
demand his arrest, that is correct.
I know that is what we were doing. That is what we were doing. He is having many cases. He is involved in a car chori case. He is involved in a murder case. He is involved in so many several cases. By this, we want to say that he is having so many communal cases, and these are too many cases. Then let the police arrest him and take him to the court. Trial should be done, and then he should be hanged to death.
No, you can't. Kashaf
He
again.
he is
Kashaf
a
again. There's a
regular
law of
offender.
land. There's a law of the land that will be followed in these cases. Kashaf, you know what happened in Rajasthan when these kind of comments were made. And yet you justify it here, open calls for violence. What will happen in your own city then?
अब हैदराबाद की हद तक जो है ना बेफिक्र रहिए. It's a very peaceful city and it will
How
always
will it
be a
remain?
very
It won't
peaceful
remain
and
peaceful if on the streets, Kashaf, you're screaming Sartan se Juda. It won't remain peaceful. You're then saying, go ahead and behead someone.
we don't.
That's not
we
peace.
don't. Madam, please visit Hyderabad. We don't stream around Sartan se Juda. We are very welcoming people for the person like people like Raja Singh. They who deserve it, like the person who insults our prophet, and that is the very right thing said to the very cheap person.
So you're justifying what you said. I visited Hyderabad, Kashaf. It's a very peaceful city, you're right. But nothing warrants making slogans like Sartan se Juda. Again, I'll ask you, do you know what happened in Rajasthan weeks ago? With Kanhaiya Lal.
I know that very well. I know that very well. But that thing is different. This was a protest. In this protest, I myself used that statement to my statement didn't want. I was not having any intention to do something illegal or do something wrong, do something unconstitutional. My
no, what is your intention then? What is your intention then, Kashaf? What is your intention by screaming Sartan se Juda?
My intention was only that, as per the Shariat book, the person who abuses Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or use ill language for Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be suffering the punishment Sartan se Juda.
They will suffer punishment as per the law. I hope you'll agree with me that they will suffer punishment as per what the law of the land is.
Yes, that is what I want.
Then when you make comments, like Sartan se Juda, Kashaf, God forbid some violence happens, can you be held accountable for making that comment?
You can make me accountable for that. I don't shy to take the blame out of me. I am ready to accept it.
So you've made this comment, Kashaf, knowing what's happened in Rajasthan, knowing how Sartan se Juda and these slogans has led to violence, has led to killings and murders, knowing that you made this comment.
Madam, this is Hyderabad. Hyderabad is fully, completely controlled by us. We know what will happen.
Controlled by whom, Kashaf?
So please don't worry about Hyderabad.
Controlled by whom? Who is us?
Us, all of us.
Are you telling me, Kashaf, and I agree with you, Hyderabad is a lovely city, it's a beautiful city, it's a peaceful city. But then when you make these kind of comments, you're ruining your own city. you're then making way for crimes to happen very openly.
Right. We didn't chop down his head. It was a slogan.
It's a slogan that could lead to that.
We protested and demanded that he should be arrested. That's it.
Which is why I'm asking you, Kashaf. Yes, he needs to be arrested. The cops have said they booked him. Law of the land means he will be arrested. What is the need to raise Sartan Se Juda slogans, especially when you've told me what it leads to, especially since you've told me that you know the result of making these kind of comments?
Sartan Se Juda is the word used for the person who misbehaves with the name of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Again I'll ask you, Kashaf, again I'll ask you, do you understand the gravity of what you're saying? Do you understand the gravity of going on a public road and calling for someone to be beheaded?
I know my gravity. This is my planet. Hyderabad is my planet, and I know how much gravity is affecting here. I have done a very right thing on a very right time.
Kashaf, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate is all I'll say that you're saying something like this. Again, let me reiterate that these kind of comments are simply unacceptable in a country like India. That we cannot go ahead and resort to comments like Sartan Se Juda, and tomorrow if there's any violence, you will be held accountable, Kashaf, for the comments that you've made.
Yes, please.
Fair enough. You're saying you will be held accountable. You will be held accountable. God forbid. God forbid something happens.
No fear.
Kashaf, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out to join us here on India Today.